Hello, my two favorite people. Season 2 की बात करते हैं. I was reading some comments and one really moved me. Is a young guy who wrote saying, I watched the season 1 with my girlfriend. I lost her to COVID, but I'm looking forward to season 2. You know what struck me? I'm getting goosebumps is sometimes shows impact you. Your story might be over, but you want to see how those characters panned out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the impact of the show and maybe your characters.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly feeling a lot of responsibility and...
I think, isn't it beautiful that what starts out as a professional engagement turns out to be...
a personal.
Yeah, a personal connection with so many people who you may not even directly know.
It's instances like these, like what you just read out, or when he met somebody at a restaurant, or I met somebody at a parlor who started talking to me about, I'm so excited that Never Kiss season 2 is coming. And suddenly you're just like, wait.
Really? हमारे अलावा दूसरे लोग भी हैं.
And then it just hits you like it's not just fun any longer. There is a certain amount of responsibility because you've set a benchmark and people have enjoyed it. So now you have to take it up, right? You have to. It is a much larger cast. It's a more complicated world. There are a lot more people involved. But the crux of it is still the same.
Nakuul ने तो अपने best friend से शादी कर दी, तो इसके case में it does not apply. What do you think, Anya? Should one take that risk or not?
Please take it at your own, what do you say, on your own shoulders. No, what is it?
Own expense.
At your own, not expense, I'm forgetting the word.
Well, listen, you must. Why not? Life is about taking risks.
Of course.
Like if nothing else, the kissing should be enjoyable at least, yeah.
I agree. Says the person who has kissed one person, dated one person, then married the same.
Married that same person, तो वही best friend से शादी.
Yes.
But we continue to
kiss each other. That's lovely.
And it's a beautiful.
Okay, that's lovely.
Yes.
I just think that the person you're kissing should be your best friend or close to your best friend.
Or should become your best friend.
Or should become your
It
best
doesn't
friend.
necessarily have to be your best friend.
Yeah.
Because it can be nice to just kiss otherwise also. But eventually that becomes the best friend and then a relationship and then a partner that is
nothing
gorgeous.
more beautiful. Yeah.
Totally. That's what Nakuul is that example. But Nakuul, आपको पता है आपकी जो छवि बनी हुई है is of the perfect boy. I mean, honestly, आपकी छवि अब real life में भी ऐसे ही हो क्या आपको जानकी से पूछना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, I'm the bad boy. I want to be the bad boy. ऐसी कोई छवि हुई नहीं है. I think it's also the characters I've gotten to play. I think with the last show I did Ishbaz, which was arrogant business big bad boy who turned of course into a family guy, which is television. So usme image alag thi. I mean, I used to get messages when young girls would write, our ovaries are bursting.
Whoa.
Like that. I'll read them and my eyes would pop out. And
whoa.
Yeah, I mean, but as actors you bring a lot of yourselves to these roles, so
totally
it's also maybe true. Because
look at him.
Yeah, I mean,
some of it
I could be lovable a few days a week at least.
और यहाँ पे छोटे-छोटे बच्चों को मैं कहती हूँ, you are in love with the character. वो असल जिंदगी में ऐसा इंसान नहीं होगा शायद. But देखो ये
actually
हो सकता
है. Problem यही है. That वो actually बहुत अच्छे इंसान है और बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं सबको.
Are you anything like Tanie? मेरे को लगा थोड़ा तो हो.
क्या मैं जवाब दे सकता हूँ इस सवाल का?
हाँ, please बताएं.
I think there isn't any other person I know who can play this role as seamlessly because there's a lot of Tanie in Anya. I mean, I think Anya is far more evolved and of course has other facets to her, but a lot of Tanie is inherently her, which doesn't take away from bringing your acting skills on camera to translate it, right?
Wow.
Now you know why बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं.
बड़े अच्छे. Totally good.
छोटे भी अच्छे लगते हैं यार.
And बड़े और छोटे की vibe इतनी अच्छी है कि किसी ने एक comment लिखा था that and even give the counter of the trailer saying 2 minutes 7 seconds में जो नकुल ने कहा है कि लोग आगे जाएंगे, we will be soulmates forever. I was going through the fan comments, watching the trailer, enjoying the fan comments.
You really
did you enjoy the trailer?
I did, yeah. But बताओ, soulmates. इसने तो अपने soulmate के साथ शादी कर दिया. आपको अपना soulmate की अभी की तलाश है ऐसे? लंदन ऐसे देख रहे हैं?
ऐसी तलाश है, ऐसी ही तलाश है.
इनफैक्ट हम गाड़ी में आ रहे थे, हम लोग सिग्नल पे रुके, तो मैंने एक दो लोगों को देखा, ये पूछा, what do you think, soulmate type? Saying नहीं यार. So we've been looking for her soulmate for a while now.
इतना टाइम हो गया था now जो भी रोड पे है मैंने अच्छा ये यार.
कोई हाउसकीपिंग से भी आया soulmate? बस कोई आ जाए लिख के soulmate.
I mean, both of you revisiting your characters after 2 years, was it easy or was it tough?
It was lovely.
I thought it was seamless.
Pooja, whenever I talk about this show and whenever I talk about these characters, I genuinely have a lot of love for them. Maybe that props from the fact that we had such a wonderful time shooting putting together season 1. And of course, season 2 was an equal challenge. But they are characters that, Tanie is a character that I enjoy playing. I look forward to becoming this girl because I feel like Tanie कुछ भी बोल सकती है and it passes. वो कुछ भी कर सकती है and it passes. क्यों? Tanie है ना? It's Tanie. So it's loud. Whereas his character still has a little more discipline, a little more he's a little more regimented. Whereas Tanie is she's just herself. She's just so flawed and she's so accepting of her flaws. And I like that she's flawed. I like it when...
Yeah, what fun playing perfect characters.
Yeah,
right?
there's no fun there, right? Because as you and me also, we have so many issues, so many problems. We get upset. तो क्यों नहीं दिखा सकते हैं हम ये?
सही में है.
Normal emotion होता है. So I like the normalcy of this character. She's a real normal girl who is going through shit in her life, and she's understanding life. That's it.
The outside is dictated, I feel, by the profession, but the inside is still of that young boy, Sumer, in the first season, who wanted to make stories and tell stories, which is also actually a kind of comes from my life.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be. And then he grows up and he finds his opportunity, right? So I identify with the underdog ambition of wanting to prove yourself, which has always been mine, right? I started out with a film which didn't do well. And it was a struggle then to find work in the industry, which I thought I would enjoy. That struggle took me to television and it opened up avenues and doors which I could have never fathomed.
आपके लिए एक और कमेंट, फैंस के साथ तो बहुत मजा आया मुझे वैसे. नकुल के लिए लिखा है, whenever he achieves something, he gives all his credit to others, and that makes us feel wanted.
Well, that's really sweet. But I mean, that's true. It's not something I say. It's like I truly believe. And you would resonate, right? We're all the environment and us are the same, right? So if I feel none of my achievements or if season 1 has worked is because the entire cast and crew, including, of course, mainly this lady here, our director, our writers, our producers, everyone came and did a great job, right? Unfortunately or fortunately, the credit goes to the leading faces. But a lot of times it is the mother at home, who waits the entire day to speak to the son at the end of a shoot to see how he's doing. It's the wife who's made sacrifices or given up a professional gig of hers so that someone takes care of the child. So I feel we get to enjoy like the benefits of it, but it's truly never ours, really. We're like just I think I'm like the postman who gets the award, but it's not meant for me. It's supposed to be shared with everyone else.
So sweet. But Anya, even in your case, he's talking about struggles and it has been a career that spanned a long time. You've also had your fair share. So how has that shaped you?
Pooja, when I was growing up, I was a very self-conscious individual.
Yes.
And then you come into an industry where everyone gets to have an opinion of not only your work, but you as an individual, what you wear, what you do, etc., etc. Of course, with my first film only, I had to face a lot of slack. And straight after that, I personally went through a lot where I lost my father, my mother was sick. And it was a time where I couldn't understand what was going on. At one point, I was just like, is this a prank God is playing on me? Because there's just too much happening together. And I was very, very young. I was at a very impressionable age. I was at an age where if I had gone the other way, I would have completely lost myself. But I learned, and full credit to my father, to not take myself and life so seriously, which is something that COVID kind of made me think again, because life is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
So, I've become someone who finds humor in every situation, whether it's myself. I love self-deprecating humor because that way I'm very honest with myself.
Absolutely.
Because I'm insulting myself, it's me being honest and saying this is what it is, face it, and then move on and enjoy life, right? Instead of wallowing in it or like getting upset about it. It's fine.
अब सीजन 2 में तो हम देख रहे हैं कुछ वाइब, अभी ना पूरा एपिसोड सीजन देखने बाकी है हम सब कुछ, बट कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट अ सीजन 3? क्या होगा, क्या बता सकते हो आप? सीजन 2 में हम क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं सुमेर और तानी के बीच में? बहुत तनाव या नो तनाव?
देखो सीजन 3 तो होगा और मिलेंगे। पता है सीजन 3 क्यों होना चाहिए? क्योंकि आई वांट पूजा टू मेक एन अपीयरेंस on that and then imagine we are interviewing her. कैसा लगा आपको हमारे साथ काम करके पूजा?
Let's manifest this.
Manifest this, yeah. तो जरूर होगा यार. And what is season 2?
Season 2 has some very good looking, beautiful people, men and women. Some great eye candy, some great performances, a lot of confusion, complicate. You've also been there, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing. Have you ever been confused between?
Funnily, I think it has nothing to do with age. Like we will always, like, I think all of us will find this relatable. Yeah.
Also, just preparing everybody. Season 2, the world is very, very different from season 1.
So it's not just Sumer and Tanie. It also has like glimpses of like there are other characters which also have their own story and evolution. But I think that's fun because I think the universe has to be bigger. Coming into season 2, it can't just be about 2 people.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of these 2 people, so yeah.
In these 2 years, हमने seen a change in content and the kind of, but now theaters have opened.
Yeah.
Things are getting back to normal. Do you think this is still going to impact the kind of content we create, or are we going back to the formula? Because today, Mr. Manoj Bajpayee said, आजकल हमको सिर्फ picture का number देखना है, हमारा content नहीं देखना कि picture कैसी.
True. I mean, everyone just talks about इतने views आ गए हमारे trailer को या इतने करोड़ कमा लिए. No one's really speaking about anymore about that I really enjoyed a film without like becoming a critic of it.
कहानी क्या थी?
कहानी थी? आजकल it's all, and like and it's with actors also. मेरे इतने followers है, मेरी इतनी reach है, मैं इतने पैसे कमाता हूँ.
मैं तो ये कभी नहीं बोल सकती. मैं तो I don't approach this topic only.
अरे मैं भी नहीं. 26 years in journalism, I'm told experience नहीं. Followers कितने हैं? I'm like,
are you serious? Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, everyone's now it's come down to your Instagram, right? But I
remember even during Never Kiss when they were casting, when they started at that point, they were looking more at people. That time TikTok was also there. And for them it was अच्छा TikTok पे कौन है, Instagram पे कौन है, and it really it not hurt, but I was very taken aback to be like, but what about talent? What about the people who come here to do this and not push Instagram because that's not what they came for, So there's this added pressure I feel onto artists of any kind.
All of us, like
all of us influencers are doing my job, but they don't even know what they're talking about. It's so nice talking to the 2 of you. You in person. All the very best. Looking forward to season 3 and my debut in it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you. Bye. Take care, both of you. All the best.